Today is Positive Thinking Day. And we all think positively. Well, I'd hope to think we do. You know, you hear about that half cup full, half cup empty, pessimist, optimist, all the rest. But what we don't talk about is intrusive thoughts. A lot of us have them, but we don't realise that we're actually having intrusive thoughts. And it's something that a lot of people on the spectrum really struggle with. Knowing what's an idea, what's a voice, and what's a thought. And then obviously they tell us to think positive. Well, when your entire life is about creating preparation for what could go wrong and working out how to prevent that from going wrong, then you spend a lot of time without the positive thought, because what could go wrong means that I have to prepare for it. So if I have to prepare for something that could go wrong, well, then I'm not thinking about things going right. So I'm not being positive. But at the same time, I do feel that I'm a positive person. And I like to try and be optimistic that things will work out in the end. But I still need to be prepared for when things go wrong. Which means I have to have a backup for my backup in case that one doesn't work. What am I going to do? Then I'm not going to get caught short. I'm not going to get surprised. In which case I know how to cope and how to prepare myself for the next step. Which means that I'm always thinking 4 steps ahead of everything going wrong. And trying to keep my own intrusive thoughts at bay. And intrusive thoughts aren't what you think. Sometimes it's just that little thought in the back that tells me I'm not good enough. Or that I'm not bright enough. Or I'm doing it wrong. And that everything's going to fall apart because I'm doing it wrong. But equally, it could sometimes be an intrusive thought as, I wonder what would happen if I just ran over that person with my car. I wouldn't necessarily run over a person with my car, but sometimes that thought's popped into my head. Or what would happen if I touched that or if I poked that? They're also intrusive thoughts. They're also impulsive thoughts. And we can't always be positively thinking. But today is supposed to be about all positive thinking. So try to set your mindset to what you feel works. If I go off onto a tangent, I always try to bring it back to positivity. And I always try to think there is a silver lining and there has to be some good somewhere in this world. Because if I don't think that, then those intrusive thoughts may just take over. And then God knows what I'd do. Trust me, those thoughts are interesting in my head and thank God nobody can read them. But I do try to keep positive. A bit of mindfulness always helps me cope with anything if I can be positive. So, positive thought day, a little bit of gentle mindness, intrusive thoughts. This has been Thoughts for Points. Take care.